When it comes to Johnny Depp, every word he speaks seems to carry the weight of poetry, memory, and experience. The world has watched him transform countless times. From the rebellious young heartthrob of Crybaby to the soulful, eccentric Captain Jack Sparrow, who defined a generation, yet behind the characters and fame lies a man of deep thought and even deeper emotion. Recently, what caught the world's attention was not a film role or a new project, but a quiet, touching moment between Johnny Depp and his daughter, Lily Rose Depp. During a private family gathering in France, Lily Rose, who has blossomed into a successful actress and model, asked her father a question that stirred both tenderness and curiosity. "Dad, would you ever consider getting married again?" According to sources close to the family, the room fell silent. It wasn't a question about celebrity life or career choices. It was intimate. A daughter's curiosity about her father's heart, about whether the man who had lived through love, heartbreak, and endless public scrutiny still believed in the possibility of forever, a question from the heart. Those close to Johnny Depp describe his reaction as one of quiet thoughtfulness. He didn't rush to answer. Instead, he smiled. That familiar, reflective smile that fans have come to recognize from interviews and red carpets. The one that carries 1,000 untold stories. After a moment, he leaned back in his chair, took a slow breath, and replied with gentle honesty, "You know, sweetheart, marriage is a beautiful idea when it's built on understanding, patience, and truth, but it's also something that requires two hearts to beat in the same rhythm, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. I've seen the beauty of it, and I've seen its storms. So if it ever comes again, it will have to be the calm after the storm." It was a response that wasn't evasive, nor dismissive, but poetic, mature, and deeply human. Johnny Depp wasn't rejecting the idea of marriage. He was acknowledging that love, for him, has evolved beyond grand gestures and ceremonies. It's become about peace, companionship, and quiet understanding. The kind that doesn't need to prove itself under the spotlight, the father-daughter bond that transcends. Hollywood Johnny Depp has often described Lily Rose as the greatest light in his life. Born in 1999 to Depp and French actress Vanessa Paradis, Lily Rose has grown up watching both the triumphs and tribulations of her father's career. Their bond, though occasionally private, has always been visible in subtle, tender ways, from candid photographs to heartfelt interviews where Johnny speaks of her with the deepest affection. When Lily Rose asks about marriage, it's not gossip or speculation, it's care. She's seen her father hurt, heal, and rebuild. And perhaps, as any loving daughter would, she wonders whether her father's heart is still open to love. "Dad, I just want to see you happy," she reportedly added softly. Those words, sources say, touched Johnny deeply. He reached out and held her hand. A gesture that spoke more than any answer could. He told her that happiness doesn't always come from repeating what's been lost, but from appreciating what's been found. Peace, gratitude, and the freedom to live authentically. The man who believes in love. Even after the storm, Johnny Depp's romantic history has been as storied as his filmography. From his early relationships with Winona Ryder and Kate Moss, to his long partnership with Vanessa Paradis, the mother of his 2 children, Depp has lived through the highs and heartbreaks of love under the gaze of the public eye. Yet, through it all, he has never spoken cynically about love. In one of his past interviews, Depp once said, "Love isn't about possession or control. It's about respect, freedom, and seeing someone completely for who they are, even in their chaos." It's this sentiment that makes his answer to Lily Rose all the more profound. His view of marriage isn't marked by regret, but by wisdom. He understands that love, like art, must evolve. The young rebel who once carved Winona forever on his arm is now a man who believes that love doesn't need to be carved into the skin. It needs to be felt in the soul. Lily Rose's gentle challenge. Lily Rose, inheriting her father's artistic sensitivity and her mother's grace, reportedly laughed and teased him, saying, "So you're saying there's still a chance, if the right person comes along?" To this, Johnny chuckled, his eyes glimmering with warmth. "Maybe, my love. If she's someone who understands silence as much as laughter, music as much as words, someone who knows the weight of truth, then maybe." It was a light-hearted moment, yet layered with meaning. For Johnny Depp, the right person is no longer about appearance or passion alone. It's about depth. He has reached a place in his life where peace means more than perfection, and connection matters more than ceremony. Fans' emotional reaction. When word of the conversation began to circulate among fans, social media erupted with admiration and affection. The phrase "calm after the storm" trended for hours, as fans shared their interpretations of his response. One fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "Johnny's answer to Lily Rose shows what real maturity looks like. Love doesn't die. It just learns how to breathe differently." Another posted, "He's been through so much, yet he still speaks of love with kindness. That's rare. That's beautiful." Fans across the globe expressed their appreciation for the tender father-daughter moment, seeing it as a reflection of how far Johnny has come. From a man navigating chaos to one embracing serenity, a heart that still believes, despite his calm exterior. Those who know Depp say he remains a romantic at heart. Music, poetry, art, everything about him is soaked in emotion. His friends from Hollywood vampires, his band with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry, often describe him as a man who feels every note. Johnny doesn't close doors. A close friend reportedly said, "He just leaves them slightly ajar, waiting for the right wind to come through." It's perhaps why his answer to Lily Rose struck such a chord. He didn't shut the door on marriage. He simply said it would take the right rhythm, the right pace, the right soul. Reflections on the past. Johnny Depp's last long-term relationship with actress Amber Heard ended in one of the most publicized and painful trials in modern Hollywood history. The years that followed were marked by scrutiny, emotional exhaustion, and an almost complete retreat from the public eye. Yet through all of it, Depp never lost his gentle spirit. Instead of bitterness, he found solace in creativity, painting, playing guitar, writing music, and reconnecting with his roots in France and the English countryside. He once said in an interview after his legal victory, "I've always believed that the truth has its own pulse. It might slow down, but it never stops beating." That same resilience now defines his approach to love and life. He has learned to live not with vengeance or regret, but with gratitude. For the people who stayed, for the lessons learned, and for the chance to start anew, even if the new beginning looks different than before. A vision of the future. When Lily Rose asked if he'd marry again, it wasn't just about romance. It was about her vision of her father's future. She has seen the world celebrate him as an artist, but she also knows the quiet moments, the solitude, and the silence behind the fame. To that, Johnny reportedly said, "I'm not searching for anything, sweetheart. I think when we stop searching, that's when the universe decides to surprise us." It's a line that sounds like it belongs in a film, yet those who know Johnny say it's purely him. Poetic, spontaneous, and authentic. His idea of love now isn't about pursuit. It's about readiness. The gentleman of Hollywood, Johnny Depp's response also reinforces what many admire most about him. His old-world gentility. In an era of fast relationships and fleeting attention, Depp's manner of speaking, his respect for love, and his deep regard for his daughter's feelings or remind the world why he remains such a beloved figure. He is a man who doesn't chase headlines, but finds meaning in quiet reflection. Even his politeness, that understated way he answers questions with thought instead of spectacle, makes him stand apart from the noise of modern celebrity culture. Lily Rose's reaction. Lily Rose, according to close sources, smiled and hugged her father tightly after his answer. She told him she admired how he still spoke about love with kindness, despite everything he had endured. It was a moment between a daughter and her father, but it was also a moment that echoed something larger. It reminded everyone that family remains the anchor of Johnny Depp's life. Fame may come and go, relationships may shift, but the bond between Johnny and his children is the constant melody that keeps his heart steady. The world watches gently as news outlets began reporting on the exchange. The narrative wasn't about gossip or speculation, but admiration. Headlines read, "Johnny Depp's thoughtful reply to Lily Rose shows his growth. A father's wisdom, Johnny Depp's gentle words on love and marriage." In a world often hungry for drama, it was refreshing to see a story rooted in love, understanding, and quiet dignity. A closing thought. The calm after the storm. As the evening in France reportedly came to an end, Depp and his daughter took a quiet walk through the garden, a space filled with old lanterns, the scent of lavender, and the soft hum of crickets. The conversation had ended, but its warmth lingered in the air. "Love," he said once in a past interview, "isn't something you chase but you feel." Subscribe and good luck.